I'm Ashton Addison from the Crypto Coin Show, and today on Blockchain Interviews we have Mihai Radu, Head of Investor Relations from SphereX. Mihai, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much, Ashton. Thank you, Crypto Coin Show. It's a pleasure being with you for this interview. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, I'm very excited to dive into decentralized exchanges, meme coins, which the communities have only been getting bigger and stronger, and I think surprising a lot of people that it's a legitimate category that's actually leading the way in community growth in the cryptocurrency industry. So excited to dive into all of that and what the team has been working on. Let's just start off from a high level on what exactly is SphereX, the Perpetual DEX, Meme-Centric, what does that mean? And then we can dive into all the details.
Right. Thank you. So I'll begin with the definition that we have envisioned. So it would sound like SphereX. We've channeled it to be a cutting-edge decentralized exchange, redefining digital assets, trading with unmatched freedom and innovation. And we're looking to combine the off-chain matching for rapid trade execution, the on-chain settlement for maximum security, and the cross-margin for capital efficiency. Mm-hmm. On short, what this means is that we want to envision a Walmart experience for the DeFi space, where, you go inside and you are able to shop whatever you want. You can go to groceries, meat, whatever you want. It's everything under the umbrella of SphereX.
Yeah, I love that comparison, and sort of like a everyday low prices experience, and you'll find the meme coin section there. We also find everything else. Exactly. So there's a lot of DEXes that are popping up, and some of them are easier to use than others. What are the main differentiators for SphereX as a decentralized exchange?
So as of now, as we've launched the mainnet recently, like this month, we are operating as a Perpetual DEX, but we are building, as mentioned earlier, all the other features and campaigns. We will have swaps, spot lending, liquidity, lotteries, and a lot of other things. But where we want to differentiate ourselves is, besides this Walmart approach, we will have a delegated community that will hold 51% of the voting power and will decide on everything that's coming new. This will sort of tie in with the gamification of the entire ecosystem that we want to have. So it will be called the Trader DAO Roundtable, and it will be launched sometime next year. There will also be some sort of tough interviews for traders to be onboarded and to be like representatives and whatnot. And however, we will follow a professional financial route for the product. As we have the token ticker here, we are also approaching a meme token-like narrative for the community. So we want to make it more appealing. We want to be 100% on board the meme coin space and, activities, and, also just back our users, back our community initiatives, and, just have the journey together with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really important to have user-driven feedback or community-led growth. And I feel like decentralized exchanges have that with the integration of DAO technology as it continues to grow. I'm excited to see how that works with SphereX as it gets integrated. Mm-hmm. I'm curious on your thoughts on, overall in the market, the shift or the growth of centralized exchanges versus decentralized exchanges. Is one easier to use than the other? Should somebody who's just getting into crypto choose one over the other, or both? What do you think about that?
I think, until now it used to be only centralized exchanges because they also offer the on-ramp and off-ramp solution. But what are you going to do now when you have certain jurisdictions, certain economies, certain parts of the world where they have specific on-ramp and off-ramps, and the centralized exchange is no longer needed anymore? I mean, you can think of the centralized exchange as a guarantee for what product you're using, for the power, for maybe some backing on the reserves. But if you take that away and you put some strong teams on the decentralized ones as well to vet on like what to bring on, there's nothing more to it anymore, right? It's just the liquidity, the users that have to be, brought through great campaigns, great marketing activities, great plans, great incentives plans for them. So, in short, I think the DEX market will overtake the centralized exchange one, and the centralized exchanges, more disguised or not, are looking to have the DEX component as well. They may disclose it officially, or they may keep it under the radar. But for example, we have Binance. We all know that PancakeSwap is big on BSC, and they collaborate together. And I think we also had one from Bybit, Apex. I think it was called. It's becoming more and more obvious. The decentralized exchanges will make more and more availability to different parts of the world.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a great point about sort of the backing of the reserves. But normally in a decentralized exchange, you don't need to back the reserves because you don't need to lose access to your funds.
You hold
You
everything.
Deposit and trust that you want to withdraw. Funds will be there for you. Who knows if it's 100% reserved or fractionally reserved when you see the numbers on the screen, but it's not really on the blockchain.
Yes, you get it even better. Everything is in the wallet. There's no worry for anything else.
And you mentioned their PancakeSwap, which is normally on a BSC, Binance Smart Chain, but meme coins and a lot of different assets, there's so many blockchains now, which can get confusing. And I feel like centralized exchanges, you don't have to worry about what's on what blockchain because you're just looking at the user interface and you're just looking at, they're sort of handling the blockchain stuff on the back end for you. How does that work on a decentralized exchange if I want to buy a coin that's on this blockchain and then there's another blockchain, but I have my own funds and is there a bridge or that's handled by the exchange? How does SphereX work with multiple blockchains on a DEX?
So exactly, we've noticed this problem, and from the get-go, from the beginning, we had in mind to solve the scalability problem. So we will integrate as many chains as we see fit, as possible, like chains that are popping, that are with strong teams behind. Initially, we wanted to launch on Blast, which we did. We are now supporting BSC, Ethereum, OP, BNB, ZK-Link, Base, and Blast. There's also the meme component that is present on Base, that's present on Ethereum, that's present on BSC, and we want to have Solana pretty much in the next period as well. We have to bring everything inside, so there's no need to have difficult bridges or anything. If you have that meme coin, on ZK-Link, on whatever, you will just trade it, and then you can switch to the others. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. I'm going to check it out and see how exactly it would work. And on that Solana integration, I feel like that's important because I've seen the Solana community seems like they're very strong. It's continuing to grow. It seems easy to launch projects on Solana. I think that's why it's growing a lot. But Base as well, I know, obviously they have the backing of Coinbase, and it seems like there's great communities popping up there. So I think that's important. With those two, obviously the growth has been around memes, and you mentioned at the beginning sort of a meme-centric approach to the DEX. What does that mean? Are you really focused on meme coins more than blockchains or different other categories, AI, DeFi, things like that? Or how can you specifically drive more growth through meme-centricness if that's what the goal is?
Yeah. So of course we will have the strong projects that are interesting and that are like blue chips, so to say. But there's a funny thing happening with the meme coins, and I think it's been present in our lives since forever. I was just saying today, and I was on TikTok, and I noticed. I mean, a video came to my feed, and it was one guy with a loaf of bread, one tomato, and one spicy, I don't know, spicy ingredient, and he was just eating them. And that video had 1 million views. So the thing is, the more odd, the more intriguing, like the more undervalued or strange something appears to be, it will always get the attention of the people, be it because they find it funny, or be it because they want to stick, let's say, with the underdog and flip a narrative, right? You can, like, a few days ago, there was a meme coin called Miharu, and it was a dolphin with pants. And that thing did 20x or something like that. And it's just the fun, the amusement of flipping something big. We remember what happened with GameStop, where people just wanted to see the billionaires lose money, and they were just putting trades against them. This is something on a deeper level. The meme coin approach is just something that's been in our mind since forever. We remember, I think, the Jackass movies, right, where there were like some crazy guys that did a lot of crazy things. It was not something cultural. It was not changing the world, but it sold like crazy. So it brings people together for fun, for the culture, for the meme. I can't even fathom to explain it. It's just a way of communication. It's something to break barriers, right? I mean, you can just understand yourself with somebody else from like another culture through the meme. You don't necessarily know the language. You will just understand the vibe and what's happening with that meme inside. Everybody laughs at a dolphin with pants, or like a cat that has the tongue out. And again, it's just the ambition to flip the big coins and maybe to prove a point. So the meme space is getting crazy traction, and either because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that the people from the crypto space want to make it happen, or it just happens as it is. I wouldn't be able to tell, but certain moves are impossible to deny of what's going on right now. So yes, we will focus on memes. Our token ticker is here, easy to market, easy to implement, easy to remember, here to stay, here to pump, here for you, here together, here to make it. That's what we have in mind. Of course, we will have the blue chips as mentioned, but the craziness will be to have the meme coins, the ones that turn out to be legit and have sufficient liquidity, to be able to maybe use them with some sort of margin, maybe a 3x, a 2x. It will be crazy fun, and if you like something, it will just be amplified with us. If you don't like something, maybe it will be worse with us. But it's just to pump the emotions further on SphereX.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy that we're seeing the movement of a lot of capital into some of the meme coins. There's a handful now that are over $1 billion of market cap and have a lot of liquidity. But also there's thousands that can be created that get no traction, or maybe for a day it looks exciting, but then it sort of goes to zero. So how do people differentiate, and how does it work on SphereX, where you want to make sure that the good ones are there and there's not ones that die or scams, things like that? Is there a vetting process, or can you trade any coin that's been there for only 5 seconds? How does that work for differentiating the actual legit projects or good memes?
So, of course, we will start with the blue chip meme coins, right? We will start with the blue chip meme coins, with the ones with the biggest market cap, with the ones that have stood the proof of time. And what makes a meme coin successful? The community, right? If the community has been, let's say, maybe once rugged and they came back, or if the community was never rugged, that shows for a strong community. So we're looking for meme coins like that initially. They have to surpass the test of time. It has, it's a requirement for some time to pass and see if it's made some waves, if it's going well, if the community is strong, the sentiment inside it, and sort of what wave is created. Because trading it like with 15,000 liquidity and you can already do that. You don't really need the cross chain or like the margin to do it, because you have the huge pumps because it's so small, right? You'll be able to get your 30x just in a couple of days if you hold it and if it runs well. But once it gets big, you need some sort of some sort of a supplement to make it run even better, like a boost. So initially
Definitely.
we will be perpetual DEX. For spot, maybe we will consider some smaller caps, but only when the spot is done. For now, as perpetual, we will have the big ones, the big boys in the meme space. Cats, dogs, frogs.
All of the animals in the farm will be there. Yeah, that's good to know. And you mentioned there about the SphereX ticker coin here. I feel like a lot of memes could come out of that as well. Is that all meme, or is there utility? And I feel like some of these meme projects have no utility and they're great. Some have great utility. Even something like Dogecoin, where the blockchain is actually cheaper and faster than a lot of blockchains, or other use cases. Can you talk about the here token and what's the meaning behind that? Is there a sustainable ecosystem that's created for the DEX and utility and value there?
Yeah, well, for the token itself, for the normal user, we have, of course, the fees participation if they hold and stake when the staking component will be ready. There will be the referral aspect as well, which will be available. Is available for KOLs and KOL managers and for normal users as well. However, they have a different structure. We incentivize KOL managers and KOLs like really generously to be able to bring people and promote the fund, but also the normal user will be able to take a rake back from his fees and from the level 1 of referral that he provides, like the first invited person. For the KOLs and KOL managers, they will be able to invite further, second level or third level to the platform to be able to earn from the fees generated. It will be the DAO governance. It will be choosing what to happen for further, be it fun stuff, be it more degen stuff. It will be how to say, the bigger the platform will be, the more value the token will accrue, because it will be fostered in the governance DAO. On short, those would be like the two components for the token itself. The referrals, the feedback, and the governance attributed to it. Of course, more are under development.
Yeah.
The more features we will have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it looks like some of the major exchange like Binance, the BNB coin, it stood the test of time and it has a lot of utility in the exchange. I know there's a lot of functionalities you can do to integrate the coin in there, so I'm definitely going to follow along with that. And I'm curious on what you think about the current growth trajectory of meme coins compared to Bitcoin and the whole cryptocurrency industry. It looks like after the all-time high of Bitcoin in the spring of 2024 this year, there's been a summer lull, which I think the smart traders expected, but meme coins have sort of stood out to be the number one category of altcoins that have even out-tested DEX coins, DeFi, all of this. And now that we're seeing a little bit of revival in what's considered to be October, or at least the second half of October, do you think meme coins will lead the way more than Bitcoin or more than the other altcoins? And is that part of the strategy in being meme-centric focused DEX?
So this revelation just came to me by now. I think it will be, as I mentioned earlier, I think the Bitcoin and the blue chips will be available for the traditional guys, for the guys that come new into the space. And it's already a huge market cap for them. And the meme coin space will try to overtake it. This will be the purpose for this bull run, I believe. It will be to flip the blue chips with pure meme coins. That guy, Murad, that spoke at Token 2049, he said there will be multiple meme coins in the billions of market cap. And he actually may be right. But to push it further and to give it more context, I think the battle will be to try to flip one of the first 3 or 4 tokens, like it used to happen with Doge when Doge overtook Solana, I think, back in the days, or something like that. Doge was like number 3 or 4, or overtook Ripple. I mean, it was the same with Cardano. Cardano was taken down from the top places, if I recall correctly. And I think this will be the purpose, as it happened with GameStop, as it's with the normal with the meme coins, trying to push them to the billions. If we are to put a label to that, is to try to flip, I think, Ethereum, Bitcoin, or to have like an index of meme coins that overtake everything else, overtake real world assets, overtake T-pins, overtake AI. I think that will sort of channel in the meme coin space. It will be the OGs that will try to, have some fun, the guys that post meme frogs, the smart guys. That's what they will try to do. Whereas the normal people, the banks, the BlackRocks, the JP Morgans, they will stick to get liquidity into Bitcoin through their ETFs and offering this sort of very risky investment portfolio to their clients. It will be, again, a battle, good versus evil, something like that.
Well, it's interesting and exciting because this time the battle is completely inside of the crypto industry rather than Bitcoin versus the stock market or something. So either way, the overall market cap of cryptocurrencies is going to go up a lot, I feel like, because even compared to gold, we're at a small percentage. There's a lot of room for growth if we're going to be tokenizing the entire world.
Yeah, completely.
So with where SphereX is at right now and sort of the roadmap for the end of 2024, moving into next year, we'll see how the growth trajectory of crypto assets moves. What's the plan on expanding the features? I know you mentioned a few about the DAO or margining. So can you explain, where are you at mainly right now, and what are the next major milestones for the growth of the DEX?
Okay, so right now we have the Perpetual launched. We have we have a few chains already going. We have a few pairs already going. You can trade, you can take your profits, you can farm the campaigns and all of this. Minor milestones will be finishing the current incentive plans and campaigns and launching launching more. Can't disclose them right now. Launching more pairs to to integrate some new memes, some new coins on the platform, to be able to trade those as well, to be able to incorporate some parts of their community as well, to give them some nice incentives to trade. On the more major side, as mentioned, we are also building the spot, we are building the lending, we are building the staking feature, and at the end of the year, probably in Q1, not later than that, we will have the Trader DAO, in which it will be likely or possible for the current, the most performing KOLs or KOL managers to be able to take an even more important role in that. So it won't be only external. First, we will maybe try to look internal, because these would be the guys that stood initially with us, and they should have a right of preference, at least for the interview and for seeing if they would be fit. So minor campaigns, pairs, chains, integrations, major product development for new features, and the Trader DAO preparations that are coming at the beginning of 2025.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. And what is the best way well, first of all, to get started on it, go into the community, figure out which meme coins are going to be launched next, or follow along with the release of the DAO? How can people stay involved with that and sort of jump on it on day one?
So right now, all they should do is they should start engaging with the activity center on our page. I may be able to share my screen a little bit.
Sure.
Let's see. This one. Okay. So let me take this thing a little bit over here. So for the activity center, we have a few things going on in which the users can participate. The first one would be the SphereX Nexus. This is the journey, right? This is the big event, which will end in 10 days. There are certain requirements, there are certain activities you have to do, trading tasks, epic rewards. Please, guys, go and read all about it. Make sure you finish this. It's just 10 days left. Then there will be a trading challenge, which, it's just ended. Pardon for that. It will be revamped. It will be updated pretty soon. Then you got some activities with, betting wheel and lucky spin, to be able to gamble with your points and whatever you want. But essentially, this is the start that they have to engage with right now. Then get into the community and keep posted for all the updates, and just try to bring more users alongside with you to be able to bring some referrals. You will just get your code, and you will be able to get 7% plus 5% of the fees that you generate. So you'll be able to get your rake back and stake on that. So yeah, the classic. Just be part of the community, show you like, suggest meme coins. We may even start some sort of ambassador program for the normal users. A lot of things we are thinking of to implement.
Sounds great. I'm going to take a look at that Nexus program, and I can leave a link to it in the show notes below as well, just to the SphereX main page, so people can check it out. I'm really excited actually to see what's in store for the next meme coins. It's been all over Twitter, and it just continues to grow. So I think it's a good approach to be focused on that, but also with the blue chips and Bitcoin, as you mentioned. So I'm going to check that out. I appreciate your insights into where the industry is at with memes, Mihai, and everything that you and your team are working on at SphereX. Wishing you guys all the best on everything with the DEX moving forward. And let's definitely follow up in the near future.
Thank you so much, Ashton. Thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure talking with you and your community today.